Hello and welcome to FinextraTV's Thought Leadership Series. I'm Hannah Wallace and kindly calling in today is Andy Farmer, CIO of MOX Bank, and Chris Ortiz, Group Chief Executive, Global Markets and Regional Manager for APAC and UK at GFT. So welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hannah.
Good to have you on. So now, Andy, this interview comes at a very exciting time because MOX has recently become recognized as the leading virtual bank project in the world and gaining momentum and new customers at a rapid rate. Pretty exciting thing. So can you kick things off by quickly walking us through the journey so far, and how did MOX set out to sort of grab the attention of this new generation of tech-savvy banking customers we're seeing evolve? Let's start there.
Yeah, sure. And thank you, Hannah, for the opportunity. It was super exciting. We are newly launched digital bank in Hong Kong. We are also a joint venture between Standard Chartered, Hong Kong Telecom, PCCW, and Ctrip. Ctrip are one of the biggest travel agencies in the world. And MOX really was born when the HKMA announced that they'd be awarding some new virtual banking licenses in Hong Kong. And on that news, on that announcement, we set about achieving two main goals. And those goals were to think about reimagining the customer experience, and to put customers at the heart of everything that we were wanting to do and wanting to achieve, solving real customer problems. And the second goal was really to rethink operating model, rethink and build a new culture to enable a cloud native technology bank, and do that through collaboration, through ways of working, through learning and failing, being innovative and being agile. And what we've achieved in building is an entirely new business architecture. So in a very, very short amount of time, we've set and created a blueprint for virtual banking, definitely within Standard Chartered and maybe beyond. And I guess what is important, I think, is it's great having ideas. It's great having let's build a virtual bank, but being able to execute and to deliver what we've done, I think really takes skill. It takes tenacity. It takes resilience. It takes teamwork, right? And there's many learnings that we all have in that process. But the key is having a great team around you that can execute. And for MOX, we collaborated and worked with some of the best software partners, fintechs there is. So AWS and Thought Machine are part of our core of our backbone, but also with many other software as a service providers, mature and immature alike, but really with offering great tech for us to collaborate with. But we also needed great people, and we needed help from people partners. So GFT and Chris and the team supplemented our team. And really what I think worked into our culture was this can-do attitude, and a breadth and depth of talent we needed to get this challenging and ambitious job done and job completed. And fast forward to where we are today. So I'm super proud of what we've done. It's hugely rewarding for our customers and their experience. We've got a very secure, very stable bank, with our customers at the heart of everything we do. So super proud and super excited for the future.
Well, you have every right to be proud. It's a huge achievement and a really exciting development for the industry. So yes, Chris, welcome. Coming to you next. What are your thoughts on this, and how was GFT able to support MOX in the delivery of this very ambitious project?
Well, thanks, Hannah, and really appreciate having the opportunity to be on this platform with Andy. First of all, I just want to say thanks to Andy and the extended MOX team for the opportunity to work on this high-profile project and to have the faith in our ability to deliver. GFT are proud of this journey that we've been on for the last 2 years. To echo some of the challenges that Andy mentioned, this we can't ignore the fact that doing this during the global pandemic, in some ways also has helped accelerate the need for digital banking per se. But in terms of what GFT did and supported MOX, well, it really started with Andy and his leadership and how he created an environment to ensure that those partners, AWS, Thought Machine, and of course GFT, were able to collaborate openly and transparently. And we were fortunate we could bring in our engineering financial services expertise into the mix. We brought multi-talented individuals, highly skilled and very focused. We brought agile development skills, DevOps expertise, and cloud native technology. And in this particular case was AWS. Our staffing team did an amazing job pulling together a global team, which included mostly Poland, but also people from the UK, Germany, Spain, and most recently Vietnam. So we were fortunate we plugged into that incredible culture that Andy created, and that enabled the teams to build end-to-end squads. So let's not underestimate that massive cultural drive. And it was ultimately to build some really cool tech for AsiaPac's new and most exciting bank. So it's been an amazing journey so far. We continue to stay focused on that journey. And after all, while we are GFTers, we also feel like Moxsters in delivering this amazing virtual bank.
Yeah, I think the key word there is culture and tech as well. So you've clearly both been very busy. So Andy, coming back to you, can you share some of the specific milestones then which demonstrate the success of this project, and also maybe a bit more about the plans for the future?
Yeah, sure. I mean, milestones. There's been many chronological milestones which are required to go through the process. Getting a license, our alpha testing, our beta testing, launching. But it's probably better to talk about key pillars that have enabled that to those things to happen. And I guess firstly, going right back, our customers and potential customers, and the work we did to understand the problems that we were really trying to solve for them. We asked our customers what they wanted from a new virtual bank. We listened, and we came out of that research and that work over an extensive period of time with over 80 pain points that were needed to be solved, jobs to be done and things to be solved. And so we pinpointed real customer needs, and we've delivered on a good number of those pain points, with more to come as we go out further on our roadmap and on our future journey of expanding MOX. We're also appealing to a new generation of banking customers, those that are curious, those that are connected. I think this year of COVID has driven that drive for ageless curiosity and ageless connectedness in especially in a banking sense as well. And MOX is simpler, it's an easier way to bank. So we're reaching out to people who are digitally savvy regardless of age, and that was one of our problems we were also looking to solve. Secondly, one of the pillars is the brand, right? So we're MOX, we're Generation MOX, but this is a fresh brand. But very importantly, it's backed by Standard Chartered. So this translates the fresh brand, agility, speed, security, but backed by 160 years of deep banking expertise. So that the brand is really important in one of those pillars of what we've built. Third, and I've talked on this before, and so has Chris, but it's talent and it's technology. My starting point and MOX as a team, our starting point was to build a very solid core team, and to then pull on an ecosystem of support. So this ecosystem consists of our joint venture partners, Hong Kong Telecom, PCCW, Ctrip, our software partners, and also our people partners, and as Chris has talked to, the support and expertise from GFT. But together we've built a world-class engineering team, but it's one team working together. It's diverse in many ways. So we have over 20 nationalities in our team from all over the world. But it's not only national diversity we have huge diversity of thought. And that's really important when we're building a bank. You've got people who are innovative, creative, and people who are glass half empty and saying no to things. And you need that tension to get the right business model. So and then there's the tech. So building a modern tech stack around an ecosystem of fintechs also requires depth and expertise that in areas that don't readily exist. And together with GFT, we've managed to fill most of those gaps. We had an ambitious timeline and growth plan with speed and scalability were key. And in our partnerships and with GFT, we've built that agile way of working and operating model. In particular, in areas like DevOps, where we've empowered people to take accountability and to deliver and release very quickly. We set ourselves some really aggressive launch targets to win customers' hearts. I'm pleased to say we're doing this really well. We've also have record-breaking onboarding time. Customers can open an account in under 3 minutes, and they can have a bank account and a card to transact, and that's been done in under 3 minutes. Of course, we have robust business plans, but we're hopefully delight our customers in every way, and the rest will then follow us. So yes, we'll look to replicate this success we've achieved in Hong Kong in other markets to enriching those partner relationships. More to follow in terms of the richness of our proposition, as well as countries as we go through this journey.
Sure. Well, you mentioned there winning the hearts of your customers, and by the sounds of it, you're not going to have any trouble doing that. It's really impressive stuff. So, Chris, I just want to end on you. Do you have any sort of final thoughts and to sort of summarize what Andy has said?
Sure. No, look, I really believe the success of the MOX project, really has clearly positioned GFT, working very closely with them to be the global go-to partner to support clients in the digital innovation and digital transformation projects. In reality, there are very few firms who've been able to demonstrate this in the real world, and very proud of what we achieved in such a short time, as Andy alluded to. So we're very excited. It's new opportunities for us. It represents those opportunities represent for us building the virtual banks and new business. So we're really looking forward to continued collaboration with Andy and his team. As they seek to go out and replicate the success of MOX Hong Kong into new geographical regions. So really looking forward to that. And just really thank you, Hannah, for this opportunity to talk about it.
No problem at all. I think it's safe to say watch this space. Really exciting things to come. So Andy, Chris, thank you so much for calling in. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah.